Welcome to TRS Clips, where you'll find happiness through your own curiosity. Is reality an outcome of the wills of higher beings entirely? Or do we as simpler beings also contribute to reality?
I think everybody contributes at his level. Okay. So there is, this question comes in. If we rephrase this question, it is basically a question about whether there's destiny, whether there's free will. If things are effectively. So I had heard a parable long back. I don't remember who it was, some saint perhaps. So there's this young boy, who's standing and he asks the same question to the saint. And the saint tells him, Acha, why don't you stand on one leg? So he decides to stand on his left leg. Okay, left leg is standing, right leg he lifts up. Now he asks him, can you now stand on your left leg also? He said, no, then I'll fall. So he's saying what you did at that time created the karma. Now the reaction is here. Now it creates a constraint. If you lift the other leg also, you'll fall. That much is certain. So there is this constant feedback loop going on based on what you're doing right now, based on things you might have done, based on things that creates a momentum in your mind, body. This is what we call samskara, things that you have carried from your past birth, remnants of various tendencies, upasanas that you have done, deities that you have worshipped, people you have interacted with, good, bad, everything. It comes along with that. But it is not fixed, by the way. So that is the game. So you cannot believe that, oh, well, everything is fixed. Why should I make an effort? No, you have to make an effort because by your effort, it is constantly getting modified. And this whole process is engineered by nature, which is so powerful, so fantastic. No human mind can actually comprehend the complexity of this.
Is your effort also manufactured then?
Perhaps. So it goes back to a very deep state. See, this is where plugging in something from Jyotishas, we say something known as the Drira karmas, fixed karmas. So some aspects of your life may be fixed. For example, if you're born, you'll die. More or less, we believe that the moment of death, time of death, and the circumstances of your death, when you're going to die, who all will be present, etc. These things are fixed right at the time when you are born. Okay, so these are kind of things that cannot be changed easily. Whereas in between, what you do, where do you work, you change your company, you change your house, you have friends, you have this, that, etc. So those are more fluid circumstances that change. There is a certain degree of momentum of karma that is coming and certain activity that you are performing. These two are interacting and producing a result.
Okay. I'm still trying to dive deeper into the same thought of, is everything truly pre-planned, including your own personality and including the actions you take? Because free will as a concept is not something I've fully wrapped my head around. Okay, and to explain that, I'll try using my own life because it's probably the largest justice I can serve to this thought.
Right.
Because that's what you know best. When I play football, there's only one way I know how to play, which is I run all around the pitch. So I'm the guy who will be everywhere, etc. Football is a showcase of character. My friends know that I'm one of the most hardworking football players. And that's usually how my work happens also. I'm not the smartest or most talented, but I'll run around a lot. And there was a long phase in my life where I was arrogant about my ability to work hard. When eventually I realized that even your abilities are probably God-given. And even the hard work you're doing is fueled because of something else. Right. Why was I not able to work hard in engineering college? I mean, there are reasons for that. But I'm talking about from a natural perspective. The moment I got out of engineering college, there was just an urge to work hard. And unless I'm able to work hard, I don't feel a sense of peace. Now, is that truly my doing? Is that free will at play? Or am I pre-programmed to be able to work hard?
Free will and pre-programmed, or fate, for lack of better words, are intertwined so strongly that it is very difficult to separate these things out.
You'll have to break down that sentence again. Free will and fate are intertwined so
strongly that it is very difficult for an average individual to find out which part of it is fated and which part of it is my own effort. So the point is, there are two aspects. One is if you're a philosopher, and one is if you're the ordinary person living life. So ordinary person living life, your question is, what has nature given me? Nature has given you an intelligence, has given you a human body, and certain degree of judgment, your circumstances, etc. Within that, things that are inside within your capacity, which is say hard work, so understanding, okay, I need to get this job, I need to prepare for it, to go for an interview, etc. These are things you can do. So this intelligence nature has given you, which means that nature wants you to act based on that. So nature does not want most of the people to sit and think, is this free will or is this destiny? Will I get the job? No. Nature wants you to act according to that law. There will be 5 to 10% people who may have, again, for lack of better words, through their sadhana or whatever else, their mind may have expanded to another zone. For them, nature puts in these questions that no, now you see, is this the only reality? Is there other graded forms of reality? Is things predestined at some other level?
Wow.
And it comes down here in a way. And this concept, it may sound difficult, but it is fundamental in understanding whether a dream will come true or not, by the way.
Whether a dream will come true, as in whether any of your dreams...
No, I don't mean dream in a figurative way. I mean dream in a very literal way. When you have a dream, okay, when you have a dream, I was just explaining to somebody 2-3 days ago. So when you have a dream, so people have vivid dreams and all that. So many people have dreams. Good 60% of the dreams come from your own subconscious mind, which are completely junk. It's completely useless. You might have seen something, heard something, that only your mind comes and tells you. Then there is a percentage of the dream that is basically a reality that is happening around you, but your conscious mind refuses to acknowledge it. So then your body and subconscious tries to tell you that ye ho raha hai, this is what is happening. And that is the only time it can do is when you are sleeping. Then there is another dream which comes from a higher level of reality. But this level is not very far from your physical existence. So your reality is both your physical existence and your conscious existence. So where is your consciousness linked to? If your consciousness is linked to the material plane, it is fine. If your consciousness is linked to the plane of the deities, then you live here, but you're not exactly here. Part of you are somewhere else also.
Can you link your consciousness to the realm of the deities by simply thinking about it?
Very tough. Possible, but you must be an individual with tremendous concentration power.
Which is what bhakti technically is.
Not always.
Okay.
So when you ask me this question, there are multiple answers I can see from there. So I can't fully agree. I can't fully disagree. Okay.
Fair.
So let me complete that chain of thought.
Yes.
So there is a realm which is not very far from our physical plane. Let's just, for lack of better words, let's call it a lower astral plane or astral plane sort of. Okay. Sometimes dreams will come from there and you will see it is very accurate, like specific details are mentioned, X, Y, Z, ye hone wala, that is going to happen, this is going to happen, etc., etc. So those dreams will either happen at a very quick pace, say within 10 days, 15 days or a month maximum, or it can also be changed by the right corrective measures. Suppose the dream says that you might have an accident. So you take precautions, whatever else, jo bhi hai, and you might avoid the accident. You might have just a little bit of scratch on your hand instead of something big. Yeah, you can avoid fully also. There's another dream, and this is the rarest. This comes from beyond the astral planes, which is, again, for lack of better words, let's call it the spiritual planes, the planes where the gods reside and the higher realities are, where ignorance is very less. Okay, those realms, if it comes from a dream, the dream takes time to manifest. It is not going to happen in one day. It will take years. But nothing in the universe can change it. It is something that has been already executed in that realm, and it is just waiting to manifest here. And nothing can be done about it. It is going to happen. It will not happen immediately. Because time doesn't go in the same pace in all realities. So if that happens, maybe a year, 2 years down the line, it is definitely going to execute. If it's going to happen in a very, very visible and proper way. And generally those dreams do not come very often to people, that realm. But it can happen to people who are into sadhana or who have a spiritual bent of mind sometimes. And those can dictate to you things that will happen years later, 5, 6, 10 years later also. And they're unchangeable, by the way. Those dreams are unchangeable. So the point is, whenever a dream happens in an individual, unless he has the capacity to first investigate and understand which realm this dream is coming from, so you will not know. Not every dream is supposed to be taken seriously. If it comes from this realm, then it is definitely going to happen. And then also there's nothing much you can do about it. It's set.
All my life, some very important literal dreams have involved animals. and this began happening to me in my teenage. So I would Google it a lot. Dream about orcas, dream about lion, dream about pigeon, whatever. Eventually, I realized that there's a bunch of websites, including one website called ArabicDreams.com.
Okay.
And I realized this is a phenomenon across culture where people have had dreams about animals for years. Is that spiritually significant? Because each animal is supposed to represent something, and perhaps it is confirmation bias on my part where I see something and then I think that, okay, maybe this is what's happening, but very often it's come true. Like maybe it's confirmation bias. In my experience, I believe I actually wait for these animal dreams, and nowadays they don't happen as much. Used to happen a lot more when I was younger. Am I being shown animals because I relate with animals as ideas? Or generally, do people see a lot of animals in their dreams? And do they have any kind of spiritual significance?
So not everybody sees animals in the dreams. But again, just exactly what I told right now. So whenever you have a dream, whether it's an animal dream or other dream, first thing you have to understand is that is it coming because of your subconscious, which means that are you interacting with a lot of animals? Say maybe you're reading books on animals. If it's a small child and who's reading some book that has got a lot of animal characters and all that, so that can play in the mind. Okay. Or you are working with animals somehow, animal rescue thing or something like that. So you have to be very objective. The mind, and not just the mind, the human ego is like this. We always want to believe कि कुछ तो मेरे लिए आ रहा है special. ठीक है? Because I am special, so the universe is treating me special. But the thing is that universe doesn't care. The quicker you realize this, that there's absolutely nobody who is special here. Because like you, there are millions who have come, millions who are here, millions will go, and the universe has been constantly watching happily. Okay? So watching the show. So once you realize that, there's an objectivity, a dispassion comes in. That is when you can investigate. First thing to be investigated is the dream coming from a lower realm or a higher realm? If it's a higher realm, my best guess, because I don't know without the exact dream, no two dreams are same. Even with animal dreams also, suppose if the theme is animal, two dreams will not be the same because they may not come from the same realm. It's very likely that animals are metaphorical for certain things that are happening in your life, and that is a way of your subconscious mind trying to tell you which you were consciously not acknowledging. More details than that I can't say without actually investigating of the dream or things like that.
A dream is an important part of Tantra?
No, it's an important part of human beings.
It is an important part of human beings.
Of course. Why do you dream?
You can't dismiss
whatever
it.
nature has given you naturally, without effort you dream, right? You don't have to put in a special effort. I mean, there are ways of putting special efforts and all that. A natural course. Whatever happens in a natural way, naturally occurs in a human being. Those are tools that nature has given you. And you can use them to the best possibility that you can imagine.
Hey, if you enjoyed today's clip, make sure you check out all the other clips we've uploaded on this channel. You'll find a clip related to almost every single topic as long as you're willing to search for it.